If I had a dollar for every time I was asked this question, I would probably have paid off my legal fees at this point. Joking aside, it is one of the biggest stressors when you are going through family court and you have a lawyer. For me personally, I made sure my whole life that my credit was good and that I was always paying the minimums on everything. So luckily, when it came time to pay a lawyer, I had good credit and could get loans. So I got loans upon loans, credit cards upon credit cards. If anybody wanted to throw a credit card my way, I absolutely grabbed it. I took every credit limit increase I was offered. And when all of that was maxed out, I took out a consolidation loan or remortgaged the house. I found ways to float it for many years until I could start paying it down. And that's not to say it was easy just because I could float the debt. I still had to make those minimum payments and try and pay it down so that when it came time to everything being maxed out, I could still pay down and borrow more. So it was a balancing act, and it was one of the biggest stressors. Aside from the safety of my children, it was one of the biggest stressors that I had the whole time. Now, what I will say is there were many nights I didn't eat. I made sure my children had dinner. We would sit down and have dinner, and I would pretend to eat and then act as though I was full, pack up my dinner at the end, and serve it to them for lunch the next day. So there were many sacrifices I made in order to continue in the battle because I knew I had to keep my lawyer paid. And I was not strong enough, like many of you, to represent myself. I didn't feel strong enough to do that myself, but I knew the day might come where I would have to when the money ran out. So I learned as much as I could from my lawyer along the way. You know, if I had her on the phone and I just had one question, I would fill up that 6 minutes or 8 minutes that she was charging me for with other questions about, if this happens, what do I do? What do you need to file for that? You know, and I was taking notes and learning how to do what she does, learning what was in her brain as far as the legal process goes, so that if it came time to me not being able to afford my lawyer at some point, I could somewhat confidently navigate the process. So I hope that helps. I know it's difficult. Good luck.